Hey everyone, it's Randolph, and it's the beginning of summer, and you know what that means? It's E3 time. So E3, go a little quick thing about me and E3. I only knew about it thanks to G4, and I really owe them that, because not knowing about this before, and I've been watching it on G4 for a while until I got out of I stayed on. When I was even out of G4, I still went there for E3. So that kind of makes sense. Until I learned that you could just watch them online, and that's what I've been doing for even when E3 was still on G4. Like when I think Spike covers them now and all this other stuff. So I don't know really. So last 2 years, 3 years have been really interesting as for E3 goes. Like, we had plenty of great things from press conferences, new press conferences, like less, more, and all this other stuff, and especially Nintendo doing a Nintendo Direct. As of this is like its 4th year doing it, I think. It's either its 3rd or 4th this year. I think it's 4th, but yeah, this year it's not even. I'll go to it right now, but which is the main reason I'm making this right now. And yeah, right now it's on the Nintendo Live Treehouse thing, and it's talking about the new Zelda game, which we got a title, Zelda Breath of the Wind. Breath of the Wind. Yes, that is really cool, and it really looks awesome right now. And it's kind of funny because when I was setting up my camera and getting the stuff on, it was on like intermission, and now it's telling us a lot of details, and I'm missing it right now. Yeah, so right there, it's, yeah, see? Holy shit. Like, I think the previous 2 years I tried to do like a reaction on the Nintendo Directs at least, and maybe a few things from the other E3 press conferences, but I never got to it, and I tried to do a summary of them, but I never really got to it. So, but I'm doing it this year for 2006 because I think this is kind of the most lackluster one. I don't mean it's bad or anything like that. I mean, Sony tried, and I think Ubisoft again tried to do their thing and all this other stuff. But I don't care about the staging or this or that. Entertaining as it is, I just care about the games, and the games, who cares, honestly? Well, that for me, I don't care. Like I only have a few things. Like if you saw me when I pulled them up, I just had like a few small things, and like for example, I didn't watch EA because I missed out on it. I think I didn't know it was going on. Like, I thought it was going on like everything was going on Monday, and then Nintendo would be the only one going on Tuesday. But oh no, late Sunday, that's when we're showing Bethesda and E3 and EA. But so when I was going to watch EA, and what in the little recap thing where it's like, oh, these are the games and blah blah, and I know there's more on that GameSpot thing, but I just didn't care that much. Like, I would only care, I think I said Battlefield 1 is interesting because it actually takes place in World War I, which that is kind of cool. I don't think most games did that before. It's mostly World War II. I know there was a Civil War game, but that was like in a History Channel game that I think my brother had years ago. What? Whatever. Once again, okay, yeah, World War One game. That's really cool. But once again, this is modern FPS, and it's Battlefront, so guess what? Battlefield 1. Yeah, so it's Battlefield, so what do you expect? And I would have cared more about Star Wars, but remember, if you saw my Force Awakens review, which no one probably did, you know that I don't care about Star Wars that much anymore. So yeah, everything else, Titanfall 2, who cares? This, who cares? That, who cares? I didn't, that's the only press conference that I generally just skipped. So, and Bethesda actually made it a little interesting, but I have the stuff, like Quake, that's kind of cool, but I'm not interested in Quake. Like, the only thing I got from that was, like, Doom and Fallout VR. Okay, let's just say this. Everything that has to do with VR, that is kind of cool, and that's a big plus up, especially Fallout 4 and Doom on VR. That would be amazing to experience, especially Doom as it's crazy as it is. That would be awesome to do. And of course, Fallout 4, come on, it's Fallout. It's one of the newer Fallout games. It's gonna be cool. And of course, DLC and all that stuff. The Fallout DLC that we already knew, and the new Doom DLC, which I think they already revealed before Bethesda came on the screen, but I don't know. And and I don't think this is Bethesda, but oh wait, no, it's not Bethesda. Okay, moving on. Microsoft. There was new Xbox One features like background music, which took 5 years, almost 5 years or so to bring that out again. Just why? Why did it took that long? And there's other features that I kind of forgot. And yes, there's a new Xbox One Slim, Xbox One S, and Project Scorpio. Oh, because they have to compete with Nintendo's NX. Even though, why? I get the Slim, but why like everything else? Like, I think it's like it just goes to show, don't announce a console before E3, because then you're guaranteed that your opponents are going to try to duplicate that. I think that's what Sony did. It's like, I know they were going to make a Slim, but they had this big thing with VR and all this other stuff, and on the cheap for consoles going out. And some other stuff like free Tekken Tag Tournament too. That's kind of cool. With Tekken 7, I'm kind of interested in that, but we know about that. Same thing with Ghost Recon Ghost Recon Wildlands from Ubisoft. We know about that before, and I don't know, it just feels like there's not that many new interesting games. I think this one also is on Ubisoft, but Detroit Becoming Human, that seems a little interesting. But once again, like, not fully, like, I'm really missing a lot of stuff for this other thing. But it's like, I don't know, I'll get to that. And Sony, of course. New God of War. Who cares? It looks, they took like what God of War mechanics and made them to an over-the-shoulder generic action game nowadays. Modern action game. Which is fine if it works well, but it just I don't know with that one. Last Guardian, once again, we knew it before, even before last year's. But then again, it was in hiding for a while. There's that new Hideo Kojima game, which, what the fuck was up with that? I don't even know what the game's about, basically. It could be Silent Hills as, because I think this main character looks the same, but I don't know. And the only thing cool that I legitimately think that they announced, which of course is probably going to be on the Xbox One, of course, is Resident Evil 7, and that looks freaky. It looks I don't know, but it just kind of looks like it's going to be like Silent Hill-ish, which is weird. Meshing Resident Evil with Silent Hill, it could be interesting, but Resident Evil doesn't really open itself up to Silent Hill as horrors. It's even way in the first one, it was more survival horror, like people using guns and shit, and the only survival horror thing was that you have limited ammo and all this stuff. And Silent Hill, you're just basically normal people in a world filled with monsters. So I'm kind of interested on how they do that, because it kind of looks like, once again, it kind of looks like Silent Hill meets Resident Evil, and that's not and if it's a good, and if it looks good, I'll buy that. So that's the only thing that interests me really much that I could probably afford. So back into Nintendo, the big thing, I think one of the winners of 2 years ago with that amazing direct, with that Robot Chicken direct, with like they just went out, boom game, boom game, boom game. Last year they kind of did the same thing too, but it was a little underwhelming because most of the stuff we already knew. Which leads to this year, which is just Nintendo Treehouse. Why? And it feels like, and it's just 2 games. The new Zelda Breath of the Wild and the new Pokemon games. And I feel like it's either because of Shigeru Miyamoto. Oh dear God, that would suck. Iwata. I forgot his last name, sorry. Rest in peace, man. Iwata's passing, so that's why they didn't do the direct. Because I think he's in a big guy when it comes to that silliness with the direct stuff in the past few years, or because they just wanted to try something new, which good on them, but this doesn't really work, especially on E3. Or maybe they, like the past 3 years, they did the direct and then Treehouse. And I don't know how popular the Treehouse is. It probably is, because there's right now there's 150,000 people watching it. But then again, it's about the new Zelda game. But that's just the only thing they're showing. And if it's just because they don't want to do a direct, or they want to make good things about the Treehouse, I no, just no on that. I really don't know. And I know that, and they're going to, I think they're going to actually show off more games as the week goes, which is kind of cool. But I don't know, just for me, I think the press conferences is the big showing of the games and big reveal of games, and then the rest of the week is people playing them, people asking questions, interviews, and learning more about them. And that's not a bad, and this is not fully a bad thing, because we're still learning about 2 games that are still one's really in the dark, and they're just taking over the whole thing over with, and the other one is kind of lifting itself from the dark, which that being the Pokemon games. I mean, we found out 2 new Pokemon in their live thing, so that's kind of cool. But someone like me, I don't really like watching the Treehouses because I just want to be generally surprised. And while this looks cool, once again, I think just me dropping myself in there with a few trailers and a few this or that, maybe a few explanations here and there, but nothing like big. Like this gameplay that they're showing right now, yeah, that's kind of cool. That's kind of nice. It's kind of neat. That's fine for me. Just show me how the game is played. That's cool. Same thing with the Pokemon Sun and Moon thing. They just showed some gameplay and they didn't really show off the story, which is cool. But I don't know. I just feel like they should have just did a direct again. Just all in all, I just didn't like this E3 so far. So far, I don't like this E3, and I'm going back to. I'm probably going to stay around Nintendo, watch what they do, because oh, thank you for playing. I guess they're done. Holy shit! Holy crap! I don't think this is the end of that, but I am really excited for some of these games, like Wildlands might break for everything, and I'll just stop right here. E3, let's hope next year's better. So, take care, guys.